Good evening, and welcome to the November 14th Eastchester Board of Education meeting. Before we kick off tonight with the student representative report, I want to welcome Cassidy McGee, our junior representative. We're very happy to have you here. And of course, Lucy, always great to see you when you come and update us. So I'm going to turn it over to you guys.
Good evening. Good evening. My name is Cass McGee, and I'm a junior at Eastchester High School. I'm honored to be serving as a student representative for the Board of Education and to work with all of you. Here at Eastchester High School, I'm proud to participate in the Habitat Humanity Club, the Human Rights Club, and I provide volunteer tutoring for Eastchester Middle School students. I'm also involved in other volunteer activities in the community, such as Eastchester SEPTA, backyard sports, and at the local community library. I'm so excited for this opportunity, and I look forward to representing my fellow classmates. Thank you.
The EHS Players Club is performing The Play That Goes Wrong this weekend. Tickets are available at eastchester.booktix.net. The show times are Friday at 7:30, Saturday at 7:30, and Sunday at 2. Come to see this fantastic performance. The EGO Fall Blood Drive last month was a great success. Thank you for everyone who generously donated your blood and your time. Many lives were impacted due to your contribution. The college fair went very well. Many juniors and seniors showed up to learn about more than 80 colleges. It was a great way for students to connect with two colleges with the college representatives. The Human Rights Club hosted their annual Fall Festival. Lots of clubs had their own booths, and there were activities from bracelet making to throwing pies at teachers. FBLA won the competition for the most tickets won, and all proceeds go to a charity of their choice. The Wellness Club is hosting a wellness week during all lunch periods, and each day will consist of different activities. The Spanish Club and Honor Society hosted a service project with the organization The Million Meal Project. There were many volunteers, and over the course of 2 hours, we packaged more than 20,000 meals. Everyone enjoyed serving others and had fun while doing it. The EGO Toy Drive has begun. All students can bring in new and unpackaged toys to donate to the Neperhan Community Center. This event ends on December 4th, so make sure to participate soon.
Our Eastchester High School sports team had a great past few weeks. Here are a few highlights. The boys volleyball brought home the Section 1 title in regionals. We also had the cross-country girls place first in the league and third in the section. The boys placed second in the league and fourth in the section. We then had the girls bring home the section title again and had a strong, undefeated season. The varsity soccer boys made it to the finals and ended their season record of 17-1. They're also ranked Section 1 Class AA co-champions. We then had 3 seniors sign national letters of intent. They announced their college decision to compete for a Division I athletic program. Congratulations to all our athletes. Good night, and thanks for supporting all of us Eagles.
Thank you both. Cassie, you did a great job. Thank you for being here with us tonight. And Lucy, great job as always. Thank you so much. So now we're up to the board president's report. So we've had an action-packed couple of weeks. For those of you that have been following, we had our coffee and conversations at Ann Hutch on November 6th. We had a nice turnout for that. And what I will say is, and there were a lot of trustees that were able to participate that evening, out of coffee and conversations, there's always something new that we learn. There's always another data point, and there's something that we really get even more in tune with. So thank you for those of you that come and participate in that. We have Greenvale coming up on December 4th, so we're excited about that one. And then last but certainly not least, Waverly on December 11th. For those of you that have not seen, we have new playgrounds at Waverly and Hutch and Greenvale. There will be a ribbon cutting at Waverly on Monday, November 20th at noon. Super excited about that, Dr. Valenti. It's going to be a good time had by all, so a lot of us will be there. That'll then be followed by Ann Hutch on Wednesday, the 22nd at 9 a.m., and then Greenvale at 10 a.m. So hopefully those of you here in the audience or watching at home will be able to join us. Additionally, some of us were able to participate in the Polar Plunge this past Saturday. And there's not enough amazing things that I can say about the Polar Plunge and the turnout and the energy that occurred at that event. Every year, I feel like it gets bigger and better. Special thank you to the Bellick family and to all the members of SEPTA for all of the hard work and dedication that goes into pulling off that event. My 8-year-old decided to go and plunge. Dad forgot a towel and a change of clothes, but he did it anyway, and it was really, really awesome. Chrissy and Christine actually joined me on that day. I don't know if there's anything that you guys would like to add about the plunge. We had nice weather, the sun was shining, it was great.
Yeah, just that I brought my 2 girls in. They both went in. I went in up to my ankles with Matthew splashing around next to me. And I did remember the towel and the
Yes,
change of clothes, yes.
yes.
But it was a fantastic event.
We're looking forward to that next year again, so please get involved in events like that. They make the world of difference for our entire community. Are there any board reports, PTA reports? Please, Chrissy. Yes, fashion.
I think I'm on. So first, Lucy, well, we had our fashion show. The high school had the fashion show this past Thursday. And might I say, it was a sold-out event. The highest number of parents participated. I think it was close to, the capacity of the Surf Club holds about 500 participants. We were upwards of 495, just sitting at tables, having dinner, socializing. And then we had the highest number of senior participation ever at 192 seniors that walked the runway in all sorts of fashions. It was a night to be had. It's the largest fundraiser that the high school has had for many years. And it's my last child, too, Kieran McCloskey. He's a senior. Lucy, you're a senior. You walked the runway. You looked beautiful. And your friends and everyone. Had a great DJ, great food, great fun, lots of baskets, lots of raffle tickets, 50/50s. MacBook was auctioned off, and really a time was had by all. This takes a village, I have to say. I've been volunteering for the fashion show since 2015, doing raffle sales, helping backstage moms, etc. Now is the time, even if you're in elementary school, Waverly, middle school, get out there, participate. It's a wonderful feeling because you're going to have a senior really quickly, and it just happens too fast. So just get out there and participate. And thank you, everybody who did join and help us out, because it does take a village. Couldn't do it without. Special thanks to Valerie Quinn as well, my co-chair.
Yes. And Christy, I'm just going to embarrass you for one really quick second, because it does take a village. but the amount of time and effort and hours that you, your husband Gary, and your entire family put into that fashion show, the community is better off because of it. So yes, it takes a village, and there were tons of people that participated and did that, but special thank you to you and your family and your co-chairs for all of the time and dedication that you put
We
into that
are
event.
blessed to live in this town because we are surrounded by great families, great parents. I always pretend, everyone will say, through the years, how does this all get done? And I say, it's not the fairies that come out of the ceilings or the walls. It's people that dig in and really have a passion for our students and to really deliver that type of fundraising event for our kids. So just, let's keep at it. Looking
And it
forward
sounds
to
like
next
it gets
year.
better and better every year. When my
Hopefully.
daughter participated in the fashion show 4 years ago, she was actually slightly jealous at what she heard on the turnout and the job. So
really?
it sounds like it just gets better and better every year.
It does every year
So
better and
again,
better.
thank you.
So come out. Thank you.
Anybody else? Reports? Okay, great. Dr. Valenti, I believe we're up to you for the superintendent's report.
Okay, thank you. Members of the Board of Education and members of the community, I would like to begin my superintendent's report. First,
Have you seen my dog?
a dog? Has this dog been invited to this public meeting?
I'm sorry, he kind of ran in. I was
Really?
trying
Does he have a name, or she have a name?
His name is Winston.
Winston.
He's kind of really short and like.
Short, very
yeah.
short, yes. Should we look for him now?
If you want to.
Winston.
Excuse me, this is
oh.
more important. Have you seen my Duran Duran CD anywhere?
Oh my goodness, Duran Duran CD and Winston, they're both lost?
Yeah.
Maybe some folks here might know. Have you asked them?
Have you seen my dog? The dog.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, from all over the Eastchester. My name is Chris, and Chris would like to inform you that our little drama club has enough members to finally put on a murder mystery. Last year, due to a lack of members, we had to perform Spam a Little. But this year, it's finally different. So please put your hands together. Clap. Thank you. For the murder at Havisham Manor. Thank you.
It's the play that goes wrong.
Thank you, everyone. Please come see it, whatever it is.
And if you find Winston, would you let us know? But anyway, you're really all invited Friday through Sunday. I think Matt has announced the times, and we're looking forward to it. We have tickets for Saturday night, and they're available at the indicators that you see here on the screen, the play that goes wrong. Nice job, folks, and we'll look forward to seeing you over the weekend. Okay, let me talk for a moment about the high school principal search. We did commit to the board and the community that on a regular basis we would update you on information that we have. And we did share this information with the faculty, high school faculty, at the superintendent's conference day. And I want to thank everyone in the community who completed the survey. We asked folks, what is your current connection to Eastchester? And as you can see, 779 students responded. And students are our primary audience. We're absolutely delighted that we were able to do this. I want to thank our social studies faculty, and I want to thank our chairs and Dr. Chester and Dr. Capuano and everyone else who cooperated in allowing the survey to be distributed through the social studies classes. I believe it was a learning experience for students to go through the survey, to understand, first of all, what is survey research, and then to have an opportunity to register their own opinion. We did have a good number of faculty and staff and administration, 65, and we're very proud of the parents and guardians in the community who contributed close to 250 responses. And then we did get a number of other responses across the board. So overall, when you do the totaling, we're 1,000, well over 1,000. So what did they tell us? We asked the question, what are the top 5 characteristics you believe are necessary for a principal to be successful at Eastchester High School? And collaborative leadership was registered as the most important of the traits. An individual who is going to work closely, obviously, with faculty, other colleagues in the administrative area, superintendent, Board of Education, the parent community, in terms of serving our students' needs. So, number one, when we start looking very seriously at finalists, we want to look for a collaborative leader, an individual who brings those characteristics. Obviously, a close second is someone who is accountable, someone who takes responsibility for results. We want results. We have specific results we're looking for, and we anticipate an individual who not only collaborates, but delivers. I think closely allied to those 2 traits is being trustworthy, transparent, honest, open, forthright. I don't want to exhaust Webster's on this, but we certainly want an individual who is going to tell the truth to the community. Not that we don't have that now. I'm not suggesting otherwise. I'm simply saying this is what the community wants, an individual who's very open, transparent, and brings these characteristics. Someone who listens carefully to what is said and also articulates a vision for the future. So someone replied to me, well, there are no surprises here, Dr. Valenti. You should have known that before the survey. Well, I guess we all suspected it, but there's nothing like having the community say, this is what we're looking for, all right? And sometimes there are surprises in a survey. We asked, what do you believe are the 3 most critical issues facing Eastchester High School that the principal must be ready to deal with immediately? Honestly, I didn't expect this one as being number 1 by a fairly good margin. Student, college, and career readiness. Now, that is one of our strategic priorities, but it registered with students, parents, guardians, faculty, as something that we really need to attend to. And the fact that we did the Tri-States evaluation last spring, the fact that we'll be talking more about that this year, and recommendations that we're going to be making, I think speaks to the fact that that is number 1, and it's the work we do to prepare our students to be successful graduates and a pathway to the future. They also were very heavily in favor of providing learning opportunities at all levels. And we read that across all age levels, across all differentiated performance levels, to engage the entire student community at the high school. And are you providing adequate programs that meet their needs? Are you challenging our students as well? And quite frankly, we're delighted that student achievement, we want to see students perform. We want to see results that speak to the efficacy of what they have learned and the efficacy of their future as citizens of the world. So give us a profile of what kinds of qualifications you'd like to see in the next leader. Someone who communicates and engages with students clearly, unambiguously. Someone who loves children, engages with them, understands children, and wants to move them beyond where they're at. Very close to that is someone who likewise can communicate effectively and engage with the parents and guardians of the children and the broader community. So a real focus on someone who brings a sense of relationship, a sense of communication and engagement to two very critical communities. And then someone who has experience leading a large high school. I don't think anyone here does not know that we have a high school that numbers 900 students. That is relatively large high school, substantial faculty of about 100 staff. And so we are looking for someone who is no novice to dealing with larger groups. And finally, someone who is going to empower teachers to lead with the principal, and that gets back to collaborative leadership. So those are certainly qualifications we're looking for, not only through interviewing the individual, but what was your track record, what is your current track record, and related to that, what do references tell us about this individual with respect to these qualifications. We asked, what about a principal's responsibilities? And what do you consider critical and what do you consider very important? And again, you see number one there is communicating with parents and the community. A deep desire, someone who regularly reaches out using all the venues available to communicate with families so that they are enlightened as to what is happening within the halls of the Eastchester High School. Obviously, closely allied to that is someone who can manage and lead teachers and staff, someone who can recruit quality teachers, and that is becoming a more difficult challenge in this 21st century where we have fewer qualified applicants and where the most qualified people obviously are looking very carefully and interviewing us as much as we're interviewing them. An individual who improves student achievement, I'm happy that surfaced again, and one who interacts with our students, obviously, in a positive way. So where are we in the search at this point? Now that we've developed a profile, what have we done so far up to this point? Well, as you can see, between mid-October and just about now, tomorrow, we've been doing the survey analysis, so we're on target with our goal. We've been getting stakeholder feedback. I've had the opportunity to meet with the high school faculty now twice. I've had a chance to meet with our chairs, and we have regular meetings with administrators from the high school and the chairs. There's another one, I believe, coming up this week. So we're hearing a lot from faculty. We're hearing a lot from the voices there, and all of that is going into an information base that will help inform the individual we're ultimately looking for. The recruitment deadline ends officially on December the 1st. I'd say right now we do a fairly regular count. We're up around 80 applicants. We expect to probably cross 100 by December 1st. Numbers are coming in each day, 3, 4 a day. And after December 1st, we're really going to move into the next phase. But up to this point, we have done some online interviewing. I've been working with some of our key administrators, Jeanette Messina, Greg Stowell. They've worked with me in terms of doing some online interviewing of individuals who look very promising, individuals who are sitting principals themselves or individuals who are assistant principals with a very strong track record and worthy of a meet. And from these online meetings, we hope to develop a semifinalist slate. We're being very careful in terms of who we would invite to that semifinalist slate, and we'd like to see that semifinalist slate developed during the month of December. In fact, we've already set one date, Wednesday, December 13th, from 8:30 to 3:30. We'll be interviewing about 4 or 5 initial semifinalists, and we might need a second date to bring in 4 or 5 more and narrow that number down to final interviews for meeting the board in the March-April timeframe, if not sooner. We did establish a transition process in May, June, and I've mentioned it before. We're going to ask the individual to come in for 3 to 5 days to spend some time with our faculty, with our community, get to know us a little bit better, so effective July 1st, they're ready to roll. We'd like to make the appointment no later than the April meeting, because at that point, then they could give notice to their current district of 30 days under New York State law. One word about the district-wide screening committee that will be meeting in December. I am not picking those people. I am asking groups ranging from our high school PTA, our SEPTA, our ETA, our student government, to nominate individuals. I think it's important that we not have a hand in selecting who sits around the table, as long as they have a stake in the high school. I think having other groups recommend and nominate individuals. I know the PTA has gotten back to us, both SEPTA and our regular PTA. They're very appreciative for being part of the process. Look forward to participating in it. We'd like to have a couple of administrators representing central, secondary level, and elementary, so that there's a broad view in terms of, is this the person who we want to lead our high school going forward? And there might be 1 or 2 other individuals from the staff point of view who we also bring in, so that we have a broad base of stakeholders. Questions will be structured, scripted. Individuals will be asked the same questions, so that we're comparing apples to apples. And each member of the committee will not be asked to recommend a finalist. They will be asked as a consultative body. There's only one deliberative body. They're sitting around the table here. They're called the Board of Education. But as a consultative body, we're asking someone to say, this is what I saw as a strength or strengths of the individual. These are some areas that I have questions about, okay? All legitimate and fine. So that is the process that we're at right now. And all I can report to the board is that we're operating in a timely fashion and it's moving well. I don't know if there are any questions that any board members have at this point about the process or about the involvement of the community.
Questions?
Okay, good. So I will thank you then. And there being no further questions or comments, I will conclude my report, Mr. President.
Thank you, Dr. Valenti. We are now up to the consent agenda. Do I have a motion? Christine?
Be it resolved that the Board of Education approve the consent agenda, which includes the following: 9, approval of minutes; 10, personnel agenda; 11, educational curriculum and instruction; 12, committee on preschool special education recommendations; 13, pupil personnel recommendations; 14, business office recommendations; and 15, other business items.
Thank you. Do I have a second? Sean, all in favor? Great. We're now up to future meeting dates. Our next meeting will actually be a workshop session on November 28th, and that will be held in the high school digital lab. Then December 19th, which we will be back in the Eastchester High School auditorium, and then January 9th will be in the library. We're now up to comments from the public. So when you come up, please state your name and address for the record. We welcome all public comments and feedback, but please be mindful we will not exceed 30 minutes in total for this portion of the evening, and each person has a hard stop at 3 minutes. As a reminder, this is not a question and answer format, and please refrain from mentioning any individual by name. If you would like a broader discussion on a specific topic or topics, please contact the superintendent's office. Thank you. Any public comment this evening? Okay, thank you. Do I have a motion to adjourn? Sean? Rob, second. All in favor? Aye. Thank you, everyone, and have a very happy Thanksgiving.
Very nice. Keeps breaking records, huh?